Hey guys, welcome to the next episode in Let's Play Football Manager 2013 with Brighton, and as you can see, it was indeed a Season 2, remember, for Brighton and Hove Albion, as we have once again won the league. That is 2 Premier Leagues now. We, of course, didn't win it last year. Manchester United kind of got their revenge on us with a good league win. I will say they kind of came back and really, forced the issue, but we came back even stronger and have done it. So, as you can see, Man City's Neil Dudil, yeah, I think I'm saying that right, Dudil. It's come to the top scorer with 43 goals. Not one of our players, of course, but generally I don't have players who finish. I've never really had, apart from Fredinho in Liverpool and one season when we had Noah Goetz way back on FM12 in the early days of the Regen save on Liverpool 12. We never really had, a top goal scorer, and that is one thing I just want to address on that. It's just because we don't have the top goal scorer doesn't necessarily mean you're not gonna win the league. Anyway, that is how that looks. Peterborough, Norwich and Wolves have been relegated. Let's have a look at that league then. So how did we get on in detail? Well, we only lost twice, which was pretty good. A goal difference of plus 60 and ending on points of 96. It was pretty tight, I've got to say. It was for a good chunk of the season. It was a fairly tight affair, and as you can see, all I have to do really is just sort of show you this top 5, just look at the goal difference. With the exception perhaps of Chelsea, actually not even Chelsea, it's just their goals against is quite poor. But if you look at the amount of goals scored between the top 5, that is there or thereabout. It makes no difference either way. 500 goals just from the top 5 alone. That is pretty ridiculous, to be honest. That's goals scored. As you can see, we've got 102, conceded 42. Manchester United scoring 3 more than us, but they do have more. Like for example, I have the 2 defenders, sitting in centre midfield. They're defensive. They probably have very attacking ones. I probably should do that as well. But anyway, maybe just 3 goals. They maybe face someone in form. I'll say that again. We face someone in form. If they were off form, we might have beat them 5-0. Instead, we only beat them 2-0. That's the difference, maybe. I don't know. Chelsea conceding quite a lot there on 59 goals against. They're plus 38. And Liverpool are back into the Champions League. It's taken them 10 years, but they are finally back in there. Slaven Bilic. You see, Liverpool fans, this is what happens when you have a bit of patience. You might fucking learn something if you have a bit of patience. Anyway, sorry, I have to address that. They've kept with Slaven Bilic, and they've actually done quite well. I'm just going to focus on these for a second, because I realise there are a lot of Liverpool fans subscribed to me, because of the old Liverpool series. Obviously, I realise if you're not, then fair enough. But, that's just a little thing there for me personally, and for a few other Liverpool fans as well. City in 5th, they're going in the Europa League. Even they scored 99 goals. That's still a fair amount. And obviously we've got the separation here. For some reason, Arsenal, we know why Arsenal, they sacked the manager because they had absolutely awful start. Quite ironically, one of the big teams that sort of came out of the Regen series in FM12, Tottenham, have yet to really fire on this. They've had a few good runs in the cup and stuff, but they've never. Who the hell is Leonardo Jardim? I've never actually heard of this guy. If I'm going to be blunt, I've never heard of him. And I suppose with that history, you haven't either. Tottenham have not fired at all on this, as I say, apart from a few odd things in the cup. They really haven't fired and done it all well. West Brom are annoyingly good. I'm starting to fucking hate West Brom now. I actually dislike Romelu Lukaku. Not because he scored against us almost effortlessly. I also realise I'm saying this as a sort of joke, but at the same time, it's like, come on, Lukaku, stop being so mean to us. I'm talking about Liverpool, of course. Anyway, let's have a look at the stats here. Let's see how indeed we got on. So as you can see, generally, I don't have what I prefer are players who, all get like 15 goals each. I'd rather have, say, a player. I'd rather not have a player who gets, say, 40, 30 goals and everyone else sort of tails behind him on like 9, 10. Generally, what I always seem to find is, obviously, in terms of assists, you've done well. Look at Vinicius up there at 16. Generally, what I find is I always seem to find players who, sort of, let's say, get about 15, 16, 17, 18 goals, and that's like a group of players who do that and put them all in the one team. But I think it's because of my, some might say, silly rotation policy. I do have a bit of a tinkerman about myself, I will admit. Not necessarily to the point of Claudio Ranieri or dare I say, Rafa Benitez, who I thought they were quite harsh on, to be honest. I didn't think he was that much of a rotation player. You know, he did it that badly. You know, okay, he did a bit, but, you know, he wasn't horrific. It wasn't Claudio Ranieri. But yeah, that's how that looks. So if we just look at the full list here, let's just see who actually, where is our player? We've got Atale on 14. We've got Wellington on 13, Ferrer there on 12. You can begin to see what's going on. Kenny there on 10. So, you know, we've all got a fair amount of goals each, you know, as opposed to just someone going ballistic. I mean, occasionally you get that. I mean, we had Wilfred Zaha the other year going a bit mad and getting 30-odd goals in the league. Anyway, yeah, let's just go over the fixtures then. Let's see how we did. We left it, I think, I can't remember exactly, but I think it was Manchester United this game. So we beat United. Now, that was a big one. So if you look at United, they did finish second. Considerable margin away as well from Chelsea. I'll just make sure I just had to jump over that just in case. Just in case that showed the other results. And yeah, you know, we've got Atale, Brivio, and Ferrer all scoring. As well, Goddard and Palo. This guy is ridiculous. He really is unbelievably good, this lad. Dare I say the new Phil Knight or something. He is unbelievable. He's only 26 as well. He has ridiculous pace. So he's got 18 acceleration, 19 agility, 16 pace, 19 off the ball, 20 composure. So, you know, he never misses, basically. His anticipation is very good. So basically, chances are he's never going to miss. He'll miss 1 out of 100 shots. And yeah, go on, I'll show you this. It's been a while since I've obviously played this particular save, so, you know, bear with me if I can't remember every little thing. But we look at Brivio and Atale both scoring in out of time in the first half there, which is quite amusing. This is the first goal. This is 12 minutes in. I think it comes for United. I think. Just have a look now. As I say, it's been a while since I've played this. Incidentally, if you're wondering where the save you cometh has gone, no one's actually asked for that. But that's just a series I'm putting out for more. It's not necessarily for myself or anything, but, like, you know, I'm just sort of putting it out because I want to do it, as opposed to, you know, you guys asking. See what I mean? He never misses. You know, sometimes I do want to do things for myself. No, yeah, you know, that just happens sometimes. It is my channel. But we had the penalty here through Brivio, and he smashed it. Absolutely smashed that into the top right-hand corner. Very, very good penalty. And that tied things up. And I thought, here we go, half time. Yeah, we're back into it now. We can do something. And then it just showed this highlight, and I was like, oh no, we're going to lose it again. I was really being pessimistic. And I thought, we're going to lose this here, and this isn't going to go well, and we're going to end up, you know, going in 2-1 when we really should be level. But no, this happens. Check this out from Vinicius. Oh, so close, but Atale on the follow-up. If that had gone in, I would have gone mad. That was such a great shot from Vinicius. He's been a great loan signing. Very, very useful. So we actually went in at half-time, 2-1 up. We looked like we were going to be 1-0 down. We actually ended up being leading, which was a very pleasant surprise. Ronald Custers, again, he is so good at intercepting passes and just generally reading the game. You know, he's there every time. And it goes Mikel Ferrer very quickly onto it, and a great pace. I mean, okay, it took him a few goes. Reminds me of Fernando Torres. I mean, the old Fernando Torres, of course. You know, where there was that time, even when he was, I think that's the difference between his old self and now self, is, you know, generally he just hit down to the goalkeeper. If that was his newer self, he would have, his current self, I should say, he would have it would have bounced away. And that was just a good shot there from Palau. It would have bounced away, probably gone for a corner, but there, as you saw it, bounced straight back to him. And I remember he scored a few goals like that, Torres, when he played for us, and maybe for Atletico as well. I didn't really see him when he played for Atletico, so bear with me on that. If you saw that one, by the way, then I apologise, but, you know, if I showed it, because I say it's been a while since I last did one of these videos, but, you know, that's a nice recap if you needed it. A very odd game here against Swindon, so we went to Swindon here and drew 1-1. They put up a much better fight than I thought, a considerably better fight. We'll show you Gordon's goal. I think this, no, it went his first goal. No, I'm talking about my house there. Yeah, this Edmondson Rouse who scored their goal was very good. He was very similar to he reminds me sort of the Jamaican lad who played. I think he's Jamaican, who plays for Bradford. What's he called? Wells or something. He impressed me a lot actually against Villa and Arsenal. He looked pretty good. And there's a good header from, I think it was a header anyway, from Vladislav Gordon. Part Portuguese, part Ukrainian. How the hell that happens, I don't know. But he did very well. Wellington not having a particularly good game there, but never mind. We fortunately did concede the equaliser, so that was 1-1. So we're going to have to take them back to the Amex. But then, again, another away game here, which was against Ajax, but we managed to win this one and played a much stronger team. Bear in mind as well, you know, we played that game, Swindon against on the Sunday. We then had the Tuesday game, which is completely unrealistic, because generally, you know, teams don't play on the Sunday and then the Tuesday, you know, they will. The FA and UEFA do generally change that. But we played against Ajax and Brivio and Atali scoring. Brivio, as I say, has been a very, very good signing. It cost a bit of money, but he was very good. I'll show you these goals. You can see everyone having a rating of at least 7, which is excellent. For the rare time I actually didn't make 3 subs. I always like to make 3 subs, but there are the very odd occasions where I won't make them, either just because I don't want to waste time or something like that. But look at Ferrer again here. He goes on these crazy mazy runs, and then apparently this has been fixed now, but a lot of this, again, I might have talked about this before, but you may have seen a goal similar to that, or several goals have been scored by your players in a similar vein to that. You know, where they'll basically just sort of come in from an angle or on the right or on the left, or basically on the wings, and just sort of run it like Suarez, like just run at the goalkeeper and just blast it at him, in the vain hope that it'll, you know, sort of go in, and it most of the time does. And it's a really good work there from Zaha. He has found his true calling on that wing. Let me tell you, he's a great winger. Tip for Sir Alex there. Oh no, actually, I take that back. That wasn't a tip for Sir Alex. Then again, I actually can't see Alex Ferguson being around for Zaha. Surely not. He won't be around when Zaha is like 25 or something. 20. Yeah, sorry, he's late 20s. No way. But this is sloppy. That was just poor. Did not deserve that Ajax, but it didn't really matter at that point. You know, we had the 2 away goals. That's what mattered. We haven't played Liverpool and Anfield. Got a good 2-2 draw here. Nokowski and Atale, obviously scoring against a former club, and there's these two in particular. But this lad in particular, Barry Wallace, is an unbelievable player. He is I think he's the new Liverpool captain. He's Scottish, obviously, since Liverpool has this amazing link to Scottish footballs. Even the first Liverpool team was actually comprised of 11 Scottish players. Might have even been more. Yeah, as you can see, his anticipation's great. He's off the ball. He's fantastic. Teamwork, work rate, crazy pace and speed. His first touch is finishing. It's not bad for a centre forward. That's not bad crossing at all. Dribbling is excellent. Long shots. He's got the lot. He's a great player. And this is Koulibaly. I'm going to say, not as good obviously, but he's still doing very, very well. He's a very good player. He's Ivorian. A lot of good Ivorians. I'm not going to show you the goals there because we'll be here all day. Thankfully then, we played Swindon then on the Wednesday, and I thought sod it, play a somewhat stronger team, and I did. Goals from Zaha, Rubio, Kenny and Atale. We then played Blackburn in the 6th round. Obviously we had to play that due to the fact that the 6th round was looming, so we fitted that in. And then I thought, sod, we're going to extra time again. And yes, Gareth Bale does play for Blackburn. He's 33 now, I think. And he's been a menace for me on this game. He always scores against me every time I play him, and he scored again here. But this is in the 90th minute. Great ball from Kyle Norton, of all people. Where did he come from? Playing it through to Mohamed Atale, and he puts us through to the semi-finals. I can't... Oh, where the heck did that come from? So we're in another semi-final. I really was not expecting. I mean, again, we haven't had a particularly difficult ride. I mean, Cardiff, very winnable game. Newcastle, they're not doing too great on this, unfortunately. Sorry, Newcastle fans, but you're not great on this save at the moment, as you can see at the bottom of the table there. They were 17th, just missing out on relegation. Swindon Town and Blackburn, not exactly the hardest run in the world. Then we played Tottenham. That finished 2-1. 2 goals from Mickey Ferrer. Again, he's doing very well. And we had a good game at the Amex here, but obviously with the 2 away goals that we'd already scored, that meant it was 4-3. I think 4-3, yeah. This Larratt chart actually did quite well, and did concern me for a while, but goals from Rubio and Dawson got us safely through. So we're into the quarterfinals there of the Champions League. Can we do it again, maybe? 3-2 against West Bromwich Albion. Things start to heat up here. Claudio Campos, Mohamed Atale and Vladislav Gordon scoring, so you can start to see now the youngsters really starting to progress into the team and establish themselves in a lot bigger run. Millwall, another bogey team of mine, another annoying team. A lot of promoted teams have established themselves now, and basically they have become the point where all they do in the league, their entire existence in the Premier League, is to annoy the bigger teams. They sort of, Millwall, Forest. A lot of these teams now have established themselves in the Premier League, and all they do is essentially float around the middle from about 14th to 8th. And Cardiff are another one. They just float around there and just take points off, the things that matter, like the race for the Champions League, race for the title, race for relegation. That's not really for relegation, but race time against relegation. And yeah, that's what they do. Gordon scoring again there, so he's doing really, really well. And then guess who we played? Manchester United once again. Fucking sick of United on this and in real life. 1-0. Unfortunately, we did lose at Old Trafford, but I thought that was a decent result. St. Paolo doing well, but Mohamed Atalay getting injured at the end, that was not good. Lucas Digne not having a good game. Resembles his old self on the Liverpool save. God. And then guess what? We played Manchester United again. This time the FA Cup semi-final. And once again, they knocked us out. I'm getting sick of this now. Yeah, we had no answer. They battered us. They totally destroyed us. But nothing, just nothing, that compares to nothing. Compares to what would happen next. 3-3. We actually did quite well. And, that was the Champions League quarter-final. They did go through, as you see, 4-3. Crazy game. I'll show you the game here. It's really, really good to play this. I really enjoyed myself when I was playing this. Admittedly, it was, edge of the seat stuff. Excuse me there. But if you look here, this was the start of the game, and I thought, right, okay, we need an early goal. If we can get one, we're back in this tie, and we have it all in our hands then. And then this happened. 1 second. Once it does play, they got possession very cheaply, very early, quickly on. So quickly and early on, and then Jack Butland. But look, I mean, that kind of shows you how good he is. They, straight away snap back into it. Most players there would have taken a touch and weighed up the situation. But the worst start. I can't speak today. Worst possible start for us. But we bounced back, 12th minute, with this coming up now. Lovely, lovely ball by Rubio. Really excellent. Bruma revolves people there, and there's Bruvio, smashes it into the gate. And that is now a floating ball. So I'm trying to remember what that is at this point. There's another header, that time from, I think, who was it? It was Kenny, or was it Rubio? Yeah, it was Rubio. He's pressing on. Nomination for European Golden Boy. He's doing very, very well. Again, Lucas Digne, I'm not sure what's going on with him. He's been pretty good on this, I'm not going to lie. He's done a decent job. A poor goal kick there from Jack Butland, but even Ronald Custers could help us out there, who incidentally is the new captain now. Ganso is getting on a bit. And look how clinical that is. There's Octavio scoring against us again. I'm losing track of the scoreline now. I think that was 4-2. Sorry, no, 4-1. Yeah, that was 4-1. So on aggregate, I think, or 3-1. I can't remember. I'm really losing count here. I think that this finished us off. Absolutely finished us off there. There was the fourth. That was 3-1. This is now 4-1. And that finished it off completely. Also thought, was it for? You know what? I'm losing count. I really can't remember. Anyway, at this point, this is the goal here. James Ward-Prowse, lovely finish. 4-3. That was 4-2. That's right. It was 4-2. A really lovely goal. I thought we're out of it unless we get a goal from this highlight, and we did. A really nice finish from James Ward-Prowse. It was like, remember that goal in particular was like slow motion. The way he just sort of bent it, it was like as if he almost caught it underneath his foot, almost you could see it. But it was a really good goal, that one. And unfortunately we can't get into the Champions League once more. Manchester United knocking us out again, knocking us out of the FA Cup again. Crazy, crazy game. But we start the league, and as you know, that's what we won. Vinicius, Wellington, and a hat-trick from Vladislav Gordon. So he has scored an unbelievable amount of goals, really. Giving us a 5-0 victory, bouncing back very nicely against Wolves, and then 3-1 against Man City. What am I talking about? Custers, Ganso, and Atalay scoring. West Ham, Kenny and Zaha scoring. Newcastle, 2 for Kenny and 1 for Ferrer. Rubio and Wellington giving us the win against Norwich. 5-0 against Aston Villa. Vinicius, Ward-Prowse, 2 for Kenny and Wellington. And then this is where things got a little bit weird. Everton beat us. Check this one out. So if you just look at the time there, you can get the time, but I'll narrate this again and just to give you an idea of how crazy this was. I think if we won this, we were really in line to win the title, but Clement got them off to a decent start inside the first 15 minutes there. And that was 1-0, and I thought, okay, all right, now come on, focus now, come on. So we went in at 1-0 half time, and I thought, this isn't really good. We need to. But I think I changed like a few tactics. Actually, I just changed it instantly once we score, to be honest. Or sorry, once they score, I should say. I'd usually change it up to attacking and all that. But Lombardi's come on heads and shoulders now. He's doing really, really well. He's established himself at the back there. But here goes Vinicius with the ball coming across now any moment. He puts it away just again. So just again hits it at the goalkeeper when it sort of bounces in. So that's 1-1. I'm thinking, here we go. We can now go on and win this. And what I thought was, once it happens, I was waiting for the highlight to happen. Here we go from here. Now I thought, 82nd minute. We've done it so many times. So many late goals. There's Rubio. 2-1. That should give us nearly give us title. We've got one hand on the title now at this point. I'm thinking, yes, this is it. And we've got a free kick. Vinicius just over the top. If he'd got a hand on that, or sorry, a foot on that, not cheats. We would have. That would have finished it off and killed the game. Potentially the title race. But it went on after this. If you'll watch in a moment, this has obviously had to be Everton. Obviously, that's a really good ball. I don't know how he wasn't offside, but Castaños getting the equaliser. He's really good. This Castaños. He's done it against me a few times now on FM12 and FM13. Don't like him. No, I thought if I get overload. I think at this point I went overload. And unfortunately really didn't pay off. Castaños again, just I don't know where the marking was. I don't know where the offside trap was. It just totally failed and fucked us up completely. 92nd minute. They won. Fail. Complete fail. That's all I have to say there. But that was a crap end to the season. Sorry, you know what? That was the last game of the season. I'm talking out my arse. That was... I'm trying to think. It was actually this Norwich game that I was thinking of, where... If it wants to load, come on. Let's say it's been a while. Yes, there you go. 93rd minute. That's the one. It was late, and I thought, shit, we've lost it. But... that was a precious point. I mean, as you can see, it was 5 points. Obviously, it would have taken it to, probably till the last day of the season. But if then we finished off with Wellington, 93rd minute, and as you can see, sent them down. If they got an extra 2 points, they may very well. Actually, no, they would have finished 18th still. Although it could have changed their season. It could have changed their season. One thing I didn't show you was transfers. That's not really been any of note, really. I've sent a few players on loan, but I've got a few players coming in. Obviously, there's no January ones. And I've got one player coming in, though, in the summer. This is Antonio Riquisho. He's 17. He has he was 4-star potential. And, yeah, he looks all right, I guess. That might have been 3-star potential, but 1.4 million. Worth a shot, isn't it? So, yeah, there we go then. That is how the league finished then. So, knocked out of the Champions League by Manchester United, knocked out of the FA Cup by Manchester United, but beating them in the league by 5 points and 3 goals. Oh, sorry, they beat us by 3 goals. We should say it was 5 points. And, yeah, so I hope you enjoyed that. Give the video a like, and I will see you next time then for the February review. So, take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.